can heal yourself through food. Do you want to learn from a cancer survivor how cancer led her to new beginnings? Do you want to learn more how you can be inspired and accomplish whatever you want in life? Well, if you answered yes to any of these questions, I have a very, very inspiring and amazing guest today. She is Maria, and after cancer, you will be surprised how she became happier and also how she started Love Fit, a guilt-free dessert. If this is your first time watching, let me welcome you. This is the Cancer Conversations with Coach Wanda. Every week, I go live on LinkedIn and we are simultaneously broadcasting this podcast on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter because our goal is to share life-saving insights to offer strength and support to help create awareness about cancer so it can be prevented early, it could be detected early, and of course we want to help those people who are navigating the complex journey of cancer. If you don't know me yet, allow me to also introduce myself. My name is Wanda Lintan Kalupig. I am the 2021 number one most influential Filipino on LinkedIn and 2023 top 15 LinkedIn expert in Dubai. You might be asking, why are you doing this, Wanda? Well, after diagnosis of my mom of stage 4 lung cancer last May, it totally shifted my life. And this is why my purpose and my goal now is to shed more light, more information so you can get the right guidance from healthcare expert, cancer survivors, companies, and coaches in this business of helping people become healthier and happier. If you want to partner with us on the podcast, please send a message to me or my team at Kaltan Social Media Marketing. If you missed the previous episodes, let me just do a recap. If you missed that, you can go to my LinkedIn profile. You can check all the previous events that we had. We also have the YouTube podcast and you can watch it there. And you can, of course, watch the replay of all the episodes on all my social media channels. On episode 1, what did I discuss? Well, I'm very blessed to interview Dr. 𝐀𝐁𝐒𝐓. She is the first Emirati. She's the UAE national, who's the first breast cancer surgeon. She spoke how breast cancer is the most common but the most curable disease. So getting yourself checked through mammograms and special screenings can definitely help you. So please watch this episode to learn more all about breast cancer. On episode 2, I am very blessed to have a guest. He is an integrative doctor. For over 20 years, Dr. Romy has seen over 24,000 patients, and he has seen cancer patients too. He have a program called How to Heal Cancer Holistically because in his 20 years practice with 24,000 plus patients, he saw the power of healing by integrating everything in your life from medicine to food and a lot of things. So please listen to this very important episode of How to Heal Cancer Holistically and visit wellnessland.org if you want to know more about that program of Dr. Romy, How to Heal Cancer Holistically. Also, we are on episode 3 and I was very blessed to interview one of my staff, Rose. Rose and her family is battling with cancer because the husband has been diagnosed with cancer. But for 8 years, they are overcoming it with strength and support because they have the very optimistic view and they're dealing with it the right way. If you want to get inspired how, Rose is raising her family and how she's battling with cancer with optimism and grace, please do watch the recording of this episode. You can go to Linktree Coach Wanda also to watch all of this. Now, on episode 4, I understood from my personal experience after burnout how every stress leads to sickness. And Coach LJ on this episode on how to heal cancer emotionally demystified further how every stress and how every negative emotion leads to sickness. Go to Linktree Coach Wanda to get access to the recording or go to my YouTube channel to watch it because she shared on this episode immediately what are the tips and tools that you can immediately apply to process every negative emotion that you have. Now, on episode 5, this is one of my favorite episodes also because George Takianis from Australia was diagnosed with cancer at 31. He had every cancer in his body except his bone marrow. At 39, he had a brain injury too. But guess what? At 48, George was able to reverse all his sickness and is now the happiest and healthiest version of himself. If you want to know more about George's journey, how he overcome everything with the right behavior, the right food, the right exercise, please watch this episode and get in touch with George because he has a very special program on what you need to do to become that happiest and healthiest version of yourself. Also on episode 6, I am blessed to interview Liwa. Liwa is from Saudi Arabia, but he is also the chief strategist of TajPay. TajPay is transforming healthcare payments in Jordan. On cancer, the cost is about $10,000 to $200,000 annually. But TajPay is not only helping cancer patients, but every patient who needs help because they are giving 0% interest payments. Wow, that's something, right? Go to Linky Coach Wanda or contact Liwa if you want to, watch more and understand what Liwa is doing on transforming healthcare payments. On episode 7, my guest is from Canada. Dr. Kapoor shared how BioArrow is, transforming cancer diagnosis and treatment through liquid biopsy. There are many things we discuss on episode, but I think what's important about this is how Dr. Kapoor shared how every test is necessary to help you have a targeted treatment or whatever your sickness is, or even before you get sick. There are many tests that's so advanced and available today so you can prevent sickness. Go to Linky Coach Wanda to watch the recording of this episode. On episode 8, wow, Janita is a two-time cancer survivor from the US. She's a fellow certified public accountant like me. And on this episode, I love how Janita shared how it was challenging to have cancer, but how she found the light by listening to her body using holistic therapies. She shared a lot of information how even healing the generational trauma helped her overcome cancer 2 times. If you're finding life challenging, go to this episode and watch the recording. On episode 9, I have a guest from Abu Dhabi. Dr. Neil is a very inspiring person. I had a lot of misconceptions what palliative care means. But on this episode, Dr. Neil explained in detail how palliative care is not about the dying. It's about easing and relieving the pain of every person who's suffering. And if you want to learn more what palliative care is about, how it can help you and your family overcome every sickness or disease, please watch the episode. And of course, get in touch with Dr. Neil. He's here in Abu Dhabi at Virgil Medical City. Also, on episode 10, wow, this is a doctor from the Philippines. Dr. Denki has been treating cancer and helping patients for over 20 years. She is a doctor from St. Luke's, and she is explaining on this episode how there needs to be dignity and how cancer is so complex that there's so many dynamics mentally, emotionally, financially that needs to be managed. We also discuss on this episode how can you find affordable and quality cancer care, because here's the truth that a lot of people have no idea. The cost of cancer medicine and the cost of cancer treatment varies from one person to another, but it varies from one country to another too. So it's very important to know what kind of care and what kind of cost do you have for each country, so you can consider, should I go back home, should I go to this country. Dr. Denki shared a lot of information about cancer treatment and cost, so please watch the episode here. Go to Linky Coach Wanda or go to my LinkedIn profile to watch the recording. On episode 11, I understand insurance, but I never knew how complex it was and how important it is until, one of my family members got sick. So on this episode of Navigating Cancer Costs, how insurance eases financial burden and protects finances, we discussed and shared what are the kind of insurance that you need to protect yourself in terms of critical illness or cancer or any disease, and what kind of insurance do you need to make sure that you and yourself are protected from any cost now and on the future, so to prevent any further burden on you and to protect your finances. These are two Filipinos. I'm very proud to be a guest. both of them are based here in Dubai also. Agatha and Ralph, they gave their all, sharing everything that you need to know about insurance. So please go and watch the recording of this episode. On episode 12, another cancer survivor, but now she's based in Dubai. I'm very blessed to interview Yasmina. Yasmina shared how cancer is actually not a problem. It's a calling for change. It's neither a curse. But she shared how hypnotherapy and healing and how changing her mindset help her really herself and help her help others today. If you want to learn more about the power of hypnotherapy and healing, and if you want to be inspired today, please go to LinkedIn Coach Wanda and get access to the recording of this episode. On episode 13, wow, this is another very interesting doctor. We spoke about pathology, the science of suffering, and how there are many diagnostics available today, depending if you're a man or a woman. What are the risks that you have in terms of having cancer, in terms of how to detect and cure it or treat it early? It's a very interesting episode. Dr. Anthony shared so much information. And on this episode, we have over 590 plus guests who registered on LinkedIn alone. Every week when we go live on LinkedIn, we have about 100 to 400, 500 plus people who registers on our event. But we're also broadcasting all of our podcasts on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So we can really create a global impact. If you want to be a guest on the podcast, please send me or my team at Kaltan Social Media Marketing a message. And wow, this is another very interesting episode. Do you know that Western medicine and Chinese traditional medicine can be combined together? I learned from Dr. Charlotte how acupuncture is a 2,500-year-old medicine that can still be applicable today to help you overcome the stress, the sickness, any sleeping problems you have, even managing cancer care or chronic illness. Dr. Charlotte shared everything about acupuncture and its power. So please watch the recording of this episode. Now, let me bring my guest on stage. Thank you again for those who are watching us live or on replay. The Cancer Conversations podcast with Coach Wanda is going live every week here on LinkedIn. So tune in for our upcoming episodes. If you want to be a part of this mission, please send me or my team a message at Kaltan Social Media Marketing. Our title for today is Nourishing New Beginnings, How to Heal Through Food. Maria Knight-Pacheco is a seasoned professional with a career spanning luxury hospitality, investment advisory, and high-profile business management. Her diverse background and attention to detail ensure that each client interaction, whether managing complex financial transactions or curating exclusive experiences, is handled with the utmost professionalism and care. In addition to her extensive experience in hospitality and finance, Maria is the driving force behind Love Fits Protein Bars, a premium brand focused on providing clean, nutritious, and delicious snacks for health-conscious consumers. Leveraging her expertise in business management and brand development, Maria has successfully positioned Love Fits as a standout in the wellness industry, blending her passion for health with her sharp business acumen. Her work in luxury sectors has honed her ability to meet the highest standards, which she applies to every aspect of Love Fits, from sourcing quality ingredients to ensuring exceptional customer experiences. Maria's unique combination of strategic leadership, client management, and a commitment to wellness continues to define her career, making her a respected figure across multiple industries. Wow, what a bio. Now let me bring Maria on stage.
Hi, Wanda.
Maria, thank you so much for saying yes to this interview.
Oh, I'm very much honored to be here and share my story, and probably it will inspire somebody. And it's just something which we can all of us do. We just need to have a spark, to continue develop ourselves and of course create different things.
Thank you, Maria. Now, Maria, I know I read your bio already, but I think, I learned how every experience that we have can actually lead to a better career and better beginnings. Maybe you can give us a bit of story first. What happened to you? What brought you to the creation of Love Fits?
Right. Actually, I've been quite ambitious always in my life, and I always want to do something better, something achievement, and more and more. So my life has always been non-stop. So working in hospitality industry, probably many your listener know it's quite intense already. But then, of course, dealing with the high net individuals, it's completely different level. So because my life was so intense and so busy all the time, it come to the time I was diagnosed with breast cancer. So it happened in 2022, and yeah, it was a shock in a way because you don't expect. You actually you always think, yeah, it's happened with probably somebody, but never will happen to you. So, and of course you quite a bit of shock when you hear the news, and you're just like, oh my god, what to do now. Is it something will stop me? Is it something will end my life? Because that is the perspective of cancer, right? When you hear the diagnosis or anything about cancer, you just think, okay, this is the end of life, definitely end of the road, sooner or later, but definitely it's going to happen. So I hear my diagnosis. I really can remember this very well. I came home and I was just sat down and it's like, okay, what to do? What should I do right now? Should I cry? Should I actually give up and think, okay, that's it? Or I will continue living my life and enjoy every moment, anything I have, and be happy. And I choose that. So the journey began with the surgeries and chemotherapy, etc. And then that was the interesting part. I was more than busy than I ever been because I want to grab every moment. I want to grab every opportunity because you just like you always hear that there is no tomorrow, right? And then it's become
Mhm.
real. Maybe there will be no
True.
tomorrow, right? So and then
True.
you just all right, I need to live today. I need to do something today. I need to be happy today, not tomorrow. I'm gonna do everything what I can do today, every day, today. And there is no tomorrow, okay, fine. At least I fulfill everything. I've done everything. So that's actually how it all began. And more to that, of course, during the chemotherapy, everything is changed. Change your
Maria, before we jump to chemotherapy, maybe I think, I want to pause there, and you gave a lot of wisdom already. I think what I love about what you said is the reality. The reality is that, when the news of cancer comes, it's really like a shocking experience. I mean, from my family's experience, when I heard it about mom, it's like, everything stopped. I think when you heard about cancer, it's about the fear of death becoming reality. And it's always
yes.
a question of, what do I do with that? Do I stop here? Is it the end of life? And how do I continue? And I think, this podcast was born because the goal is to continue sharing life-saving insights like yours. Because, when I hear stories like yours, that okay, you had a problem, you got the diagnosis, but you continued and choose to live life every day. I remember when we first spoke, you said, Wanda, when I had cancer, I became happier because I chose to be happier. I chose to live life. Now, Maria, continuing to the story of your chemotherapy, I know and I understand how cancer is very difficult. Maybe you can walk us through what are the difficulties that you had and how did you overcome them?
Well, the difficulties with the treatment specifically, well, if we go a little bit back to about the news, right? So you just mentioned because you have the family experience, which we was discussed previously when we first time met. Um, the thing is, it's not only about the person who received the news, it's also you, how you give this news to your family and how they get it. So it's also, you need to mentally deal with that, because you want to give this news in a more softest way as possible, and not really shocking, because you already digest sort of, and then you have to give this to your family, and then you have to sort of comfort them and say, oh, hello, I'm not going yet. I'm gonna still be here, and at least for a while, and then you just need to confront them too, because I think the family taking this more harder than you are. That's sort of in my experience. That's what I think it's in my experience, because the one thing what you definitely do want to is the pity look, and it's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. No, you don't need to be sorry. I'm going through that. Be with me. Just be with me. And so you need, right? So back to the treatment time. This is quite interesting as well, because when you're in a moment, when you everything is scheduled for you, right? So okay, we need surgery, fine. Then you need to recover from the surgery. Okay, done. It's tick. So then you have to go to chemotherapy, right? So we start the chemo. So the doctors prepare you, they tell you what obstacles you can have, what they suggest to do, and how to reduce the side effect, because we're all different, right? Our body reacts differently. And what is really help is your mental stage. So if you're ready for mentally and say, you know what, it's just a bump on the road and nothing else. That's it. And then it's take you more easier. Yes, there is a side effect, of course, but it's all about how you take this, you personally, because of course, family around, your friends around, they worry about you, they want to comfort you, but that's all about you. And that journey, no matter how many people around you, you're actually on your own. And then you need to say to yourself, you know what, I can do that. That's not a problem. So for me, the obstacles was number one, I love chocolate. I love sweetness. Oh my God, it was like everything. You name it, I love them all. Cakes, everything. So, and then through, of course, you do research and which food should you eat, which should you avoid, and there is a lots of food which you actually has to put on pause because your immune system is down, and you can't poison yourself, because that's going to be more severe consequences. So, and then I understand I can't eat sweets anymore, because sugar is something which we need to avoid. Even if we're healthy, we should avoid. But when you're in that journey, you definitely need to avoid sugar, full stop. And then that's become a challenge. For me personally, it's become a challenge. I was like, oh, no, I can't do that. Was my escape. That was something I treat myself, for whatever I achieve. It's always been like a bonus. So, and then what happened? I can't eat. I don't have any dessert. I went through many different brands and look at that, and I couldn't find anything which will be at least okay. Maybe ingredients was right, but the taste profile was not. So, and because your palate has changed, right? So many things it doesn't taste the same way. What to do? On this case, what to do? I should probably give up and say, yeah, okay, no problem. What to do? I say, no. We have to create something which can be suitable for everybody, no matter which journey you go, no matter what is your life now. Let's create something which you can have in your pocket, in your handbag, on your sport bag, whatever, but you can eat at any point without thinking, oh my God, I put additional sugar into my bloodstream now. So That's how Love Feed's been born. So that's the name Love Feeds. Why Love Feeds, right? So when you hear feeds, you just like say, yeah, okay, it's for the probably a fitness people who is on a wellness journey, who is a hitting gym. No, it means it's love feeds into your life. It doesn't matter
Wow.
if you're in that, it doesn't matter if you are absolutely active and you love gym and exercise. No, it's just all about what it's can fit in your daily routine. So yeah, and then we went through with my husband. My husband is a chef, so and that was a big challenge for him to say, okay, now you have to create something. You have to create the recipe which is will be suitable for everybody, and especially for my palate. So we actually developed the product for a year, so it's take us long time. Even we thought it's going to be more quicker, but we changed formula so many times. We find the right person who actually can see our vision and put this in the production. So yeah, that's how the Love Feed's been born.
Wow, Maria, that's quite a story. I mean, love fits. I thought it's about fitness, but the way you explain now, it's really, fitting love in your life, no matter where you are at your stage in life. And I think, I love the story of how it is born, because it is born about your love for chocolate, your love for still continuing what you eat, what you love to eat, even regardless of your journey, right? And I think what I love the most is how your husband created this dessert for you. Now, Maria, I know there are many challenges for this one, and I think a lot of people, they don't understand the relationship of food and the relationship of healing. I mean, can you explain how
So
taking the chocolate and help you really become healthier and overcome whatever you're going through?
the interesting part, we always say, yeah, tell me who is your friend and I will tell you who you are, right? That's the very famous phrase which everybody say, but actually tell me what you eat and I will tell you who you are. Because food is everything. Food is our energy, food is our fuel to moving, and how we feel about it, how we feel throughout the day, how we will feel after 10 years. It's all about food. Now industry is aggressive, the food industry is very aggressive, right? We create a lot of chemicals, create a lot of pesticides, we create a lot of um, modified food, right, just to suit the needs for that. But is it really nourishes us? Is it really give us benefits? That is a big question mark, right? Which is long-term gain. um, we can have we can be a vegetarian, right, and they say, oh, we are very healthy because we eat healthy, but the product what we eat, is it really healthy? Is that
Hmm.
vegetable really healthy, right? Where's it growing? How they look after? What chemicals they put on this vegetable? So we don't know that, right? So I think it's not about diet, it's not about the food we choose to have, but it's just about the story from where the ingredients come. How many of us actually read labels? Not really, right? Because the manufacturing also, I mean, now we manufacture as well, and our ingredients is written in very small letters, but not just because we want to confuse anybody, but just it's no way to put this in the big letters, so all the ingredients, so that's, such a small label. But at the same time, we have to read the labels. And many numbers, when we see numbers in the food, it doesn't, not
Hmm.
all of them mean bad, right? Some of them, it's just international abbreviation for, like, let's say, for example, in our label, you will find the numbers, but that's the regulation. We have to have this because, let's say, vitamin C, you cannot write vitamin C, it have to be number. But
Oh.
again, Yeah, so something what's I learned throughout the process, because I was so upset and when we was registered the label and we have to change for e numbers. I was like, no, we don't have e numbers. I don't want to do that. But unfortunately, it has to be there. Just it's an international abbreviation for some different supplements, and yeah, it just food. It's actually a very important. It's important what you eat. It's important how you eat, how much you eat, and what product do you choose. So this is really important for your health, because everything is related, everything. So your digestive system. So now, all of you know, the new development and new trends is like your guts is your brain,
Mm.
right? All connected. So yeah, food go through guts. So you have to understand what you're putting there inside actually to stay healthy.
Thank you, Maria. I love what you said. Tell me what you eat, and I'll tell you who you are. Which summarizes about the importance of what you eat. I mean, where did it come from? I agree with you. I think one of the interviews I had, Dr. Kapoor said, you can be eating vegetable, but you don't know what is in that vegetable. Were there chemicals in it? Where did it come from? So it's always important to make sure. Now, Maria, I've heard a lot of food, but I can sense how much your positive mindset helped you also. Now, can you share more? I think being positive is, a normal advice. So, just be positive, everything will be all right. But maybe you can share what are the things that you're doing to keep yourself in a positive mindset.
Well, the easy answer to that, again, once you hear you diagnose, the first thing you know, there might be no tomorrow. How I can be so disappointed to wasted my days in this earth to be upset. How I can be disappointed after that, I'm not sure if there is any afterlife or whatever, but how can I be disappointed to be upset with the small thing? We live in such an amazing country. We are so lucky because we wake up every single day with the sunshine. We actually
Hmm.
have very rarely when we have grumpy days and rain. It's really rarely, right? So I think we are more happy to see rain like than any other people on the earth. However, it's amazing. That's the reason. You open your window, you see the sunshine, and the first thing in the morning, and then you say, "Oh my God, it's a beautiful day." It's a beautiful day, and that's the motto. Yes, of course, we all go through ups and downs. I can't tell you like I don't have a difficult moment, right? So I have to deal with a million of things: the production, the registration, the people. Like, oh, it's endless list. However, I choose how to take this on board, or I can be very stressed. I can say, oh my God, it's so difficult. I can say, just to be upset all the time. Is it really worth it? The things anyway will move the way how they are, how they're meant to be. It's anyway will be happen. But do I need to really be upset with that? Because our mental state of how we take things, it's really, really important. So that's why I'm sure, you have so many amazing guests in your podcast, and I'm sure most of them say this, how it's important, the way how you take things, the way how you actually believe in yourself. And if you believe you can heal yourself, you can. It doesn't mean, of course, we need to despite the traditional medical assistant, of course, and that's sort of disease. We definitely need a traditional medical assistant for sure. Definitely, yes. But the way how we will heal from that, because our body is very smart, we can heal. But that's only if you believe you can. And if
Wow, Maria, that's very
but
powerful.
that's not true. Why people believe in hypnotherapy, for instance,
Mm.
right? This really works just because you do believe, because they give you a message of the positive. You will outcome this. You will overcome this, and that's happening because you start to believe in your subconscious mind. You start to believe. Through again, when I done the chemotherapy, every session I had healing sessions with the stones, with the
Mm.
crystals, and it did work because I believe it will. It's probably there is no miracles on that. It just you believe your motto. You're going through, yes, some obstacles. It's probably, I was saying probably I got that just because I need to a little bit slow down, but instead of that, I get even more full speed to move forward, create something new, to work even, not because I want to work harder for something else. I just really enjoy it. I met so many people. I knew people who become even my closest friend during that time, and I'm so grateful for that because it's just unbelievable journey. It's unbelievable journey. Sometimes it's getting hard, but it's just a journey.
I love what you said, Maria. It's just a journey, but it's all about believing in yourself. It's about making the choice. There could be so many things that's going wrong in your life, but if you choose to, count those little things, the sunshine, and then you get to focus on, wow, yeah, it's indeed a good day, and then you get to find more good things in your life, right? Now, Maria, I also remember you said, and I love your hair today. You said one of the challenges also is, some people are scared of even taking medicines because of the side effects of it. But also, I remember you said, when you lose your hair, you can choose whatever hair you want. So I love how you always put things in perspective. And I also love how you even turn your problems of eating into creating something. Maria, from a certain person, it's very difficult to go from, a problem and then turning that into the solution. How do you do it? I mean, how do you jump from having a problem, then turning it into a solution? Is it a mindset shift or is there some secrets to it?
Secret is just loving life. You just need to love life. And okay, it's very easy to look in the problem and just to see only a negative impact on that. Okay, for women to lose their hair, it's something which is a big deal, right? Because we
Sure.
love our hair, it's our beauty, and we feel confident when we wear the beautiful hair. How many of us want to have go blonde when we're brunette, right? But we're scared our hair will be damaged. How many of us who is blondie want to try to be brunette, but they're afraid if they dye their hair being brunette, they will not be able to go back to blonde without damaging the hair. Gosh, chemotherapy is the answer because you have no hair naturally, and then you can wear any style. My goodness, I had so many different wigs. I was brunette, short, long. I had a blonde hair. Every time depends on my mood. I always change my wig. And nowadays, again, there are so many choices. And you choose your new style. You look at yourself and you say, what? I'm actually very beautiful today. It's just like you feel more confident because it's in your hand. It's still in.
Hmm.
And again, with nowadays to stay on the top of your game this time, it's easy. It's really easy. Just again, one advice I always give, it's like, don't look at the negative side. Find for positive first. Just write it down. Positive things, 5 things. And then you will see, actually, on other side of your page, you will not be able to write the negative because you already find the solution for, because in our brain, it's so easy. We always find what is negative, right? All the time. all the time we say to us, oh my god, I'm not going to change I'm not going to new job because maybe I will not succeed, maybe the new boss will not like me, at least I'm sitting in my current job, it's even I don't like it, but at least I know everything, it's easy, comfort zone is easy. But if we find a positive points on that, oh, if I'm going to change my job, maybe I'm going to meet new people, maybe I'm going to do this, and or I will get promotion, or if I get better salary, I probably will travel more. So once you put all the positive first, you will never go back to the negative land. So, and that's what I'm doing every single day. Did I have a difficult time doing chemo? Yes, I did. Yeah, I had pain. I have moments sometimes when I actually push myself to get out of the bed because you don't want to. It's better, sometimes just to lie down and feel sorry about yourself and say, oh my God, I just need some me time. But then you push yourself and say, come on, let's go out. Let's have a look. It's a beautiful day. I have people to meet. I just need to do many things. Or let me cook maybe sometimes, something new. Let me try this and maybe I will like it. Maybe not. Who knows? But at least let me try to do something. And that's what actually made me keep going.
I love it, Maria. I think what you said here is, I agree. Every person has a problem, but how you see the problem as a problem can make it big for you. But if you like list your problem, then list all the benefits, and what's positive about it. And my memory of the hospital came back while they're discussing, because I remember that day I was my mom were in the hospital. It's too much already for me to bear. And I remember calling my friend. I said, I'm going through so much because of mom's journey with cancer. But I know I'm not alone who's having this journey. So I have to isolate myself from this one as I help, mom. And that is where the podcast was born. And then I was connected to people like you who gives everyday hope on what could be done. Now, Maria, what is your best, other than, you've gave a lot of best advice already. Now, for people who really want to become better, you are a great example of what's possible. You've moved from finance to hospitality to creating love fits. Now, a lot of people are so scared to even change careers, to do this and change careers. Change is so difficult. How do you deal with it?
Right. So the thing is, it's all about you need to look into your life. You need to sit down with yourself and actually put yourself front of yourself and just to have a conversation, real, honest conversation. And you ask tough question yourself because nobody gonna judge you asking yourself, right? So ask all the toughest question about your current situation. What are you doing? Am I comfortable in that? Because most of the time our body react and give, when our body start to give us signals, let's say, is it
Hmm.
something, it's a or disease, it's a signal, we just the signal of something is not right on what you have right now. So have a conversation with yourself, ask your question, tough question, and then you will come in a conclusion. Is it right time to change career? Is it right time to create something? Is it can I do that? It's scary. Well, trust me, it's scary. Even now, the brand is it's quite new, right? So we we launched properly like 6 months ago, and for me to say, okay, was I scared? Of course. We always think about what other people will say. Maybe they will not like it, maybe they will hate it, maybe they will say something, you have a million questions to yourself. And then I say, no, I do believe in that. And that's what you need to do. When you have a tough conversation with yourself, you need to say, okay, are you comfortable with that? Can you do it? Scared? Yes. Okay, let's do it. The more scared, the more better. Because if you're scared, if you have this urge, if you have this feeling, that's your motto, do it. Everything is scared. When we go first time in the school, we had no choice, we have to go there. Do you scared on your first day? Yes, of course, you don't know what to expect, right? But we still do it. And then it's turned, you get a lot of friends for life. It was the most funny time ever. Even at that time, you thought, oh my God, it's so tough. But if you look back now, you actually love your time in the school, right? Same with the university. Do I choosing right path? Is my education will really help me? How can I live? Would I make a right career? For me, my degree is law, so I'm a lawyer as a profession. So was it helping? Yeah, in a way, So I guess I take it so much from my formal study, but I never choose this path. Well, I did for not for long. So, but was a great experience. Yes, it was. Definitely, yes. So, and it's the same thing. That's I will give advice to everybody. Just put yourself on a chair, have a conversation like parents before. So, talk to yourself, because I was reading one book, and I think it stick with me. I read this long time ago. When we grow up, we have actually three person in us, right? So we have a
Mm.
child, we have parent, and we have adult. So
Mhm.
child in us is very emotional, is the person, who will be like saying, yes, let's create, so let's do something, let's jump with the parachute, let's climb this mountain. That's the child talking. And then we have a parents who, and your job to choose what type of parents you are. Are you going to be parents who is not encouraged, or you will be a parents who will encourage every idea of the child? An adult in you is absolutely not emotional person who will say, okay, I will do job done. That's it. So now it just, once you have this conversation, be a child, get out all your emotions, and then switch on the parents who will encourage you to do, and then adult will come to that point and say, okay, let's make it happen. So actually that's how I deal with all the situations.
I love Maria. I think to summarize it, it's like you will always have fear. That's valid. But it's about turning your fear into faith by believing in yourself. And that is by looking at the three versions of you. The younger you have so much energy and curiosity, the parent in you who knows the best advice, and the adult on you who can make things happen. Now, I learned so much today, but Maria, please do invite people if they want to have a guilt-free dessert. What's the best way to connect with you and to buy that chocolate?
Well, we create our Instagram page. Of course, now nowadays we can't be with all social media, so we have a beautiful Instagram page called Love Feeds. It's a LUVVFITS. So please come and visit. We have a link to our website. You can purchase from our website. Now we launched 6 different flavors, and you can indulge yourself. And most of the flavors, it's just from my favorite dessert. I really love Ferrero Rocher, so we create hazelnut choco. And then I really been big fan of traditional American sandwich, when you have a bread and then you have your peanut butter and then you have a strawberry jam. So we have that too. And yeah, it's so many different desserts, which is I enjoy the most throughout my life. And now it's in the protein bars. So saying protein bars, actually, it's not going to be fully correct, because it's a snack with a high protein. So we have 15 gram of protein, absolutely no added sugar. So all the ingredients as much as possible natural. It's a mix of 3 different proteins. That's why the bar is still very soft, because for me it was very important not have this muddy chewing bar. So for me, soft when it's actually tastes as a proper dessert. And of course, our signature, we have a very soft caramel center in our dessert. So when you bite, and it's like beautiful caramel is streaming from the bar, and it's covered in natural chocolate. So it's not a chocolate glaze, or it's a proper chocolate. And even the crunch on the top is also protein, and we are really, really proud of what we create and hope everybody can enjoy. And also, of course, I will be happy to add additional discount on the first purchase from your listener and anybody who will visit your podcast page.
Thank you, Maria. No, just listening to you is like making me hungry already. Because I
That
can
that
see,
that's
yeah, just
that was
listening to
the
the caramel, the strawberry, the peanut butter, the chocolate, and it's like, wow, I want to have that. But I think, more than anything, I love how you put so much love in what you're doing. So thank you, Maria. I wish you all the best. I hope there will be more, people like you who's very passionate and purposeful in what you're doing. Thank you again. And I hope to at least meet you in person very, very soon. And thank you again. Any last words, Maria, before we end?
I would love to say to everybody, your diagnosis is not the end of the road. It's actually starting. Just take this as a startup. It's your startup. No matter what you're gonna do, are you gonna create new business? Oh gosh, go ahead. This is your amazing platform. Would you like to feel more happy and do something else? Do it. You want to climb the mountains? Go and do it. Do it today. Don't think about tomorrow. Don't put your happiness in the long term. Don't think, okay, when I'm going to get this bonus, I'm going to be happy. Or when I'm going to meet my right person, I'm going to be happy. No, it's not about it. It's just about today. And if you're happy today, everything is amazing. I think that will be wrap up of everything we discussed.
I love that, Maria. I hope you're all happier today listening to Maria because I did. Thank you again, Maria. See you, everybody, till the next episode of the Cancer Conversations with Coach Wanda. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.
Wow, that was quite an episode, right? I hope you did learn a lot from Maria today because I did. We spoke about nourishing new beginnings, how to feel through food. And Maria, I want to summarize this in 3 points. Number one, she said, if you want to be healthy, watch what you eat. Tell me what you eat and I'll tell me who you are because really our food, the food that we eat will help us become healthier in every aspect of our life. She also spoke about being scared. If you are scared now, it's time to turn that fear into faith, believing that the best is yet to come, believing that you can do whatever is impossible. And she also explained one more very important thing, and that is choosing to live in the now. Majority of the times, I myself, I think I'm a victim of that. I'm so focused on what about tomorrow, what happened in the past. But she said the best thing is to enjoy this present moment. It's important to choose to be happier now, to be healthier now, to do what you can do now. And with that, let me close this episode. I would like to thank each one of you who are watching us live or on replay. This is the Cancer Conversations with Coach Wanda. Every week, I go live on LinkedIn, and we are simultaneously broadcasting on all social media channels: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, because our goal is to share life saving insights from healthcare experts, coaches, and survivors, because we want to raise awareness and create a happier and healthier world to prevent, detect, and cure cancer. And of course, support those families and cancer patients who are navigating this complex journey. If you don't know me yet, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Gwendolyn Tan Kalupig. I am the 2021 #1 most influential Filipina on LinkedIn and 2023 top 15 LinkedIn expert in Dubai. If you want to partner with us on the podcast, please send me or my team a message, or go to bit-ly podcast partner form to complete the form, and we will, of course, contact you. If you want to have your own live podcast, I've been live podcasting for over 4 years. Now I'm more than happy to help you create your own so you can get seen, get heard, or get clients. Go to Cotton Social Media Marketing so we can share and, of course, teach you everything we know in terms of the proven formula so you can build a global brand, get consistent clients weekly from 100 to 1,000 daily leads if you want, and, of course, to attract the best and right clients for you. Thank you and see you on the next episode. God bless you.